Hi everyone, today I'll be showing you how to create your own mandala design turtle using this set of black fine liner pens from Brite Crown. In this tutorial, I'll also be using this sketch pad from Brite Crown as well. So the first step is to outline the shape of your turtle in a very basic way using a pencil. So as you can see, I started by making a large oval for the shell and then the fins and the head. Once I did that, I continued to add some more details inside the turtle's shell and in the other areas as well. Now to begin outlining the turtle using the fine line pens, I used the brush tip pen to do the outermost outlines. By holding the pen at different angles, you can achieve different line thicknesses. After adding some of the main details using these thicker pens, I move on to a thinner pen to add the more fine details, starting with the inside of the shell. The design for the shell is very similar to a mandala design, so if you need any inspiration, you can just use any mandala design as a reference. For my design, I'm basically just using a repetition of semicircles, flower petals, lines, and dots, and going through and adding that around the shell in multiple layers. And as I add smaller and smaller details, I use a more fine tip pen, and that creates a really nice effect when you look at the whole thing as a whole. Another thing to keep in mind as you continue adding more details is that you don't want to leave any space empty or white. So if you see a lot of gaps, just fill it in with anything you can think of that might fit. Also, because this is freehand and you're using ink, you will most likely make mistakes. I know I made a lot of mistakes, so what you need to do is just keep going and try to fix it as much as possible. The design for this is geometric, so you'll want to try to keep everything as even as possible and keep all the shapes a similar size if you're repeating them, but it will end up being not perfect if you're not using a ruler and measuring every time. So don't worry too much about it. When you look at it as a whole, the discrepancies will not be as noticeable. The most important thing that you're going for is a good variety of line widths and just keeping all the space filled with different designs. So keeping all of that in mind, I went through and added additional textures, some scales on the fins, more lines and dots as I saw fit. And with that, I completed the inside of the turtle. After I completed the main part of the turtle, I went through and outlined with a thinner pen the main outline of the shape, just to add some more texture to it. And then I also added some more lines near the fins to make a kind of water effect and add some motion to the drawing. And then I also added some little circles that have a kind of bubbly effect to make it look like little bubbles. Feel free to add any details that you think would look good with your drawing. Here is the final drawing. If you tried making this drawing yourself, feel free to share it with us on social media. Thank you so much for watching this video, and please be sure to check out our full line of Brite Crown art supplies.